What the founders did here and elsewhere was to embrace the presumption that we are all basically free, not that we are basically unfree until the government gives it to us. And that's reflected in the text of the Constitution, which speaks of securing the blessings of liberty, that says that our rights shall not be abridged, that says no law respecting the freedom of speech or whatever shall be passed. The right of the people to do so and so shall not be infringed. And of course the 9th Amendment, which makes clear that the list of rights is not exclusive. Just because it's not listed in the rights, just because the Constitution doesn't say you have the right to run barefoot through sprinklers on a hot summer day, doesn't mean that you don't have that right. That's what the 9th Amendment says. It says government is not giving you freedom. It is simply listing a few of your freedoms in the Bill of Rights. So, how have we come to the point where today you basically need to get government's permission for a wide variety of the things that you spend your daily life doing? Think of the things that you have to ask government permission to do. You need a permit to build a house, own a gun, get a job, buy things sometimes, run businesses, pay your employees. Even freedom of speech now often comes with some sort of permit requirement. We have these colleges and political conventions setting up free speech zones, which are basically cages where you're allowed to express your opinion inside the cage. As the popular saying has it, I always thought America was a free speech zone. But it's also a subtle sort of thing. You find it in places where you wouldn't expect it. An example that I use in the book is architectural design review. Architectural design review occurs when an architect has planned out maybe a single building or a subdivision, and he goes before the city zoning board, and the city zoning board officials look at it and they say, well, it complies with all of our safety codes, but I just don't like the way it looks. I would really prefer that it be colonial or neo-colonial instead of whatever other style it's designed in, purely for aesthetic reasons. I hold that architecture is a form of sculpture. It's an artistic expression and therefore should be protected by the First Amendment as a form of free speech in exactly the same way that other kinds of sculptures are protected as free speech. No one can walk through a Frank Lloyd Wright building or a building by Le Corbusier, or, I'm from Pasadena, a green and green masterpiece like the Blacker House in Pasadena, without experiencing the aesthetic feelings that great artists seek to convey. It is a form of free speech. Architectural design review substitutes the government's aesthetic preferences for the architect's own. Unfortunately, so far no architect has been found with the guts to litigate that point.